going to hear speech and hear canned speeches, the debates, they get nasty, all the stuff on television is nasty, I'm sick of it. This way I can sit down and talk to you ask you point blank what it is I want to ask you, and I'm not going to let you give me the runaround.
That's right. Go! There you go.
Fabulous. Thank you. We will enjoy this. So, are we dating again?
Yeah, I guess we're dating again. Well, the biggest and most important issue and the biggest challenge is electoral reform, and the biggest challenge is that nobody knows that we need it. You know, most people, they understand miscounting the votes.
Oh, that would never happen in Florida.
Right, that part they get. And then a lot of people think that maybe we shouldn't just make elections about money, but there's not really a groundswell of people demanding that we take money out of politics. And the reason is because too many people are making money from money in politics. Our system is corrupt to its core, and it's hard to know where to start, but electoral reform would at least allow us to start getting the leaders we need and to make it about the issues instead of about the money and about personalities. No matter what issue they touch, they're going to offend somebody. And so they end up talking about nothing. Or they'll make small issues into something big, like it'll all be about abortion. These are just symptoms of the problem. The real problem is the system itself. And I don't want to be a politician. I hate the culture of politics. I'm a problem solver, and so I want to get in a position to start talking about these things because it's going to take a long time to change them.
Isn't that why the Tea Party is so popular right now? Because people have just had it with the system?
Yes, but the reason the Tea Party has gotten popular is because it fits into the corporate agenda. Hi there, Michael Arth. Pleasure to meet you.
Probably I could get an idea of where you stand on taxes if I just found out one, do you know about the fair tax?
Yes, I know about it. The problem with the fair tax is it's not fair. And so we need a progressive tax. This would be a regressive tax, and it would hit the middle class the hardest, and that's not the direction we want to go.
Understood. Yeah. Thank you for talking to us.
Sure.
I appreciate it.
Well, the funniest thing that happened on the road,
Just anything.
well, like the Rick Scott thing.
I'm sorry.
Well, Rick Scott has been trying to avoid any interviews at all, any real back and forth interviews, that is. I signed up at Rick Scott's website, and they sent me an invitation to one of his events. The same day that he was avoiding Bill McCullum, the third interview, he just didn't show up. Instead, he had this private affair, which I went to.
Oh, wow.
And because I'm irrelevant, because I don't have money, they had no idea who I was.
Right.
Even though I had a name tag that said Michael on it. And so I asked him this question, what are you going to do about the war on drugs and the escalating incarceration rate in Florida and the 30,000 gang members and all this stuff. And he gave me this answer that would have made Sarah Palin proud, circumnavigations all over the place. But the crowd liked it because he was just talking about education and this and that and the other.
Here's the way I think about it. Step one is as a government, we've got to promote families. But what's been explained to me is the biggest thing is the things that have had the biggest impact are faith-based programs and moving the reading level up.
In some distant way was related to the question, but it didn't answer the question at all. And then as I'm leaving, I said, let's have a group shot here. And his wife comes up, and she's like going, oh, you should take that name tag off. She's pulling it off, and she still has no idea who I am, and we're hugging and all this stuff. And I said, I'm running for governor too. Did you know that? And he's like, no, I didn't. I got this shot of him like, deer in the headlights. Look. And it's a living document. It's not a fossilized, set in stone 10 Commandments. For example, we've got this crazy war on drugs. They saw fit during Prohibition to actually have an amendment, the 18th Amendment. And then when they decided it didn't work, they had a 21st Amendment. And now we have this extra constitutional policy which enforces this war on drugs, which is destroying our country and creating contempt for the law. It's created the gangstas, which is a revival of the gangsters of the 20s. And it's driven up our incarceration rates to the highest levels ever. was started as a racist and cynical campaign ploy, and not one single candidate, a major candidate, will say one word against it. It's completely nuts. And I could list 100 policies like that are completely crazy. And the politicians won't touch them with a 10-foot pole because it's political suicide. And that's the problem with this country.
We could talk for a long time, Michael. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it too. We all exist on multiple levels. I'm a father, and I have a community that I still live in, and I still manage 17 units over there. I'm a part of a county, I'm part of the state, and I'm part of a nation. I'm an earthling, and I have to think about all of those roles.
You're an Arthling. They came to our country, we have our beliefs that are backed by Christian values.
Our country was founded on religious freedom. You know, there are 30,000 Christian sects,
Right.
and there are thousands, maybe 100,000 at least, other kinds of religions in this country alone. And all these people have the freedom to practice whatever religion or non-religion they want to practice. That's what our country is founded on. It's not